Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up with it with my people? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good with everybody, man? Hope that everybody's having a wonderful day today, man. But I'm about to get up into some NFL picks here for sure, man. I gotta get these NFL picks going. And I ain't got much members. I barely got enough people that watch me, but this is like the one and only time I'm gonna do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Free up out here, man. I've been getting up. I've been being blessed lately with this, so I figure I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna bless some of my folks, man. I gotta get my Carmax right. So if you're rocking with me, man, you might be bad getting blessed right now with some of these picks, but I'm gonna show y'all how to go about making you picks or whatever while we're doing it, so you can make your own decisions and your own determinations also while we're going right. Because all right, so this is how we gonna do this, right? So y'all can see I got FanDuel pulled up at the bottom. Shout out to FanDuel. They're not sponsoring me just yet, but they will. If y'all hit that like button and y'all share the stream, sooner or later they'll come effing with me. You dig? So NFL picks today, man. As y'all can see, I got the games lined up just as you see them on FanDuel here. We got the Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons today. The Falcons are the underdogs at home. Why? I don't really know. The Chargers have been playing fantastic ball, and Justin Herbert, hey, like Justin Herbert's been throwing the ball pretty well. I think they've running the ball with Gus Malzahn right now. I mean Gus Edwards. I'm thinking of Gus Malzahn going to Florida, man. That's crazy, but that's a whole nother thing for another video, right? But Gus Edwards coming over from Baltimore. You know, he had hard balls. They traded running backs, and he got Gus Edwards, and he's a beast. He's a beast coming from Baltimore. He's over there at the Chargers right now. They got some of like their wages and stuff that I'll get to looking at as we're going through here. Y'all got to work with me. I am the only one doing this production. This is all me. Going through the props, going through everything. So you got to work with me here. Now I'm going to go with the Falcons to win this game overall, but I really don't pick overall teams. I like picking the players. That's just me. Because the NFL, like you don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like on the red zone, they call it the witching hour, right? And that's true. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the NFL be up 14 points. Next thing you know, turn around, they be down 14. And that's what professionals are supposed to do. So I really like looking paying attention to the player props more than anything. But yeah, I am going to go with the Falcons at home to win this joint. So I'm going to pick the Falcons overall. Um, Now I get to looking at some of these props real quick. And we got they got Kirk Cousins over or under 239 and a half yards, and they got Justin Herbert 246 and a half overall. Um that's kind of tough, right? Because we know that they like to run first, right? But Justin Herbert does pass the ball. And the thing is, in this particular game, if the run game is working very well for the Chargers, then he probably won't pass the ball a lot, right? So you know what I mean? He probably won't pass the ball a lot. So I'll look over here. So then we get to looking over here at the defenses. Let's see what the defenses is looking like. Now, this is the pass defense and how many yards they're giving up so far. We don't see the Chargers or the Falcons. Now, this is the most. The Ravens have given up the most passing yards so far this season. So that automatically tells me like any of these top five teams, yeah, I want to look for receiving yards, passing yards. You keep going, and then now you see the Falcons here. So they only let up 25 and 2,500, 2,600, 20. It's 2,592 yards that the Falcons have already let up there. And then you get to looking at what the Chargers are doing, right? So, and the Chargers have only let up 2,416 yards. However, you did see kind of Lamar Jackson get a little busy. I think that those primetime games, you get a little bit more excitement out of those. It's built for that under the lights. Those night games, you get a lot of passing yards and whatnot. But that means that they're either going to try to attack that. Now it's a mix up, right? Because that's why they call it betting, because you don't know which way it's going to go. It's a mix up because you see that they might try to pass, right? They don't pass a lot, but their defenses, right? Their defense don't get light up a lot of passing yards. This is defense, just to let y'all know, defensive passing. So let's look at the rushing. So we know those passing defenses are pretty locked down or pretty decent, right? But we've seen yards go on the Falcons and we've seen them happen to the Chargers. And those are two good quarterbacks. So to be honest, I probably would rock with the over on those on that particular bet. And this is the rushing defenses right now in the NFL. I want to go to the yards though. I want to see who's giving up the most rushing yards, you know. And you don't see the Falcons or the Chargers right now for rushing yards. You see the Chargers right there. They let up 1,317 yards so far on the season. And then the Falcons, they were, did I pass them already? I'm tripping. Oh yeah, the Falcons let up just around a little bit more than that, about 1,400 yards rushing. They're letting up about four and a half yards per rush. The Chargers is letting up about 5 yards per rush. So I definitely, with that being said, right there, y'all, like I don't know if I really go with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to advise y'all to go with that. I would, but if I were to say, let's go look at these rushing props and see what these rushing props is looking like for that game, right? Gus Edwards is 45 and a half yards on the Falcons. Now we just looked at that. The rushing defense, they're letting about 4 yards per carry. I want to take that over with Gus Edwards. Bijan Robinson going 74 and a half yards. I probably want to. I don't. I seen what happened with. We seen what happened with Derrick Henry, and they like to run the ball. The Falcons like to get him established. He's a lot of big part of the Falcons offense, so I probably would go with that. You know what I'm saying? I really would. I probably would go with that over. Take a shot with that. But to be on the safe side, I would definitely go with Gus Edwards. I don't know about Bijan Robinson. There's a lot of other running backs that you could put on your parlay. You know what I'm saying? Just to take your time and make the right bet, you know what I'm saying, for yourself or whatever's going on. However you doing that. Now, I do like the receiving props that I'm seeing so far. Quentin Johnson, 34 and a half yards over or under. And Joshua Palmer, he's like Herbert's main target. Him and Lad McConkey, 64 and a half on the Falcons. I don't know, but I know for sure Joshua Palmer would go over. So I would go over with Joshua Palmer, 38 and a half. And then I would definitely go with Gus Edwards with that 30. What was it? 30. I'm going to just make sure 45 and a half. So I would definitely go with those two in this game for sure. Kyle Pitts has been getting targets. He's not the number one target on that team, but he has been getting targets and he can run after the catch. So I definitely would go with this over a 39 and a half in this game with the Falcons with Kyle Pitts. So my three to tell y'all what I would take is the 39 and a half, the Joshua Palmer, and the Gus Edwards. The passing props, that's up to you. I would probably take a chance with them, but I'm not going to advise y'all to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I don't want to be responsible if y'all lose. If y'all win, I want all the credit, but if y'all lose, I'm gonna feel bad. You feel what I'm saying? But look, it's all up to you though on what you want to do though with that. So I probably got to zoom in on them screens. I didn't go back and forth. But that's on me. I'll do better with that. Make the screens a little bit bigger so that y'all can see them up out there and the bets and whatever, because I didn't go back and forth there. So that is the FanDuel screen that I have been looking at. So we'll go back to the main screen. And the next game is the next game. Let me get some music going a little bit so we can vibe out a little bit while I'm doing these picks, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the New England Patriots, right? They playing, and the New England Patriots and Drake May. I just got some bread off Drake May, to be honest with y'all. He went over like 200 yards. He has been putting it together. I'm not gonna lie. And I know that y'all seeing that too out there. I know y'all not blind, especially about people that know football. He has been putting in that work. The Indianapolis Colts under, and that's the thing with the Colts, right? Anthony Richardson, right? I think Anthony Richardson is hot and cold, like, but he is getting better. And these two rookies, 222 and a half over for Drake May and 187 and a half for Anthony Richardson. I'm taking both of those off top. I mean, come on, like you got to get 200. And if they don't, then I guess I could live with that. Then I'll just come back on here talking my ish like they didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like you could live with that one. I think that's a safe one for both of those guys. But overall in this game, I think that this is like an old rivalry, right? It became that with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. It became that. But they have been the Patriots under Drake May. He's been playing a lot better. Heck, man, look, the head coach got him right on point. I think that this is going to be a tough game. I think the Colts could win this game, but I don't think they pull it off. I think the Patriots got the advantage of being at home. This is a professional game, however, but home field advantage does matter. But look, the Colts got a good defense. We've seen how they played the Bills, and the Bills are in the Patriots division. So look, you know what? I take that back. I'm gonna have to go with the Colts because I seen how they did play with the Bills, and I think the Bills will stomp the Patriots. So I'm gonna have to roll with the Colts, even being away in this one. But I do think that Drake May and Ramondre Stevenson, they probably will do their thing and they will get their yards. But I want to take a look at what they're doing defensively real quick. We could take a look and see where these teams are defensively as far as rushing yards and how many rushing passing yards they're giving up per game. Um, they're pretty. I'm not seeing them right now. All right, that's the Steelers, the Patriots. It got to be right over. Okay, so Patriots giving up almost 1,500 yards on the ground. Um, they're giving up about four yards per carry. I think that the running backs and a lot of teams are doing that, but I just want to make sure I show y'all how to look at this from a perspective when you got time to look at it and for yourself. Now, in the future, when I'm making these videos, I probably will be making them members only for this reason, right? But the Colts is giving up about the same thing, but I do think that they got a more stingy defense. But we did see how the Bills attacked them, and it was through the air, and they did run on them. So with that being said, I would take the over with the quarterbacks. You can't pass that up. That's just too hard to pass up. Anthony Richardson getting 41 and a half yards and Drake May getting 32 and a half. I don't really like rocking with the quarterbacks to get yards, y'all. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like I did that before with Josh Allen and it didn't work out. And now you see him running. So that's totally up to you. If you think that they're going to get in the scramble drill position and you think they're going to get that many yards rushing, that's up to you. You know, they might break one, but they really don't like to run in the NFL. This ain't college, you know what I'm saying? So if they break one and they go for 30 yards and then another busted play goes for 10 yards, that's where you see a lot of rushing. They don't have design runs. I don't think these two teams do for the quarterbacks. So I wouldn't rock with the quarterbacks with the rushing yards, but for sure Ramondre Stevenson 52 and a half. I think I would go over with him. I think I will rock with that. Jonathan Taylor in this game. Jonathan Taylor's just an animal. He'll get that, and they're gonna run the ball. The offense goes to him. He's that engine. You know what I'm saying? And then they start spreading it around. So I think you'll be safe to take that. But I will probably, you know what I'm saying, go with the first one, Gus Edwards, and then come down to the second one and add Ramondre Stevenson to my parlay. I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do and how y'all rock it. However, what y'all do is what y'all do. But this is how I rocking it out, right? And then we got and then not now with the passing, right? I think Alec Pierce for 35 and a half. I think that may be there because he's his second option. But Michael Pittman Jr. getting 50 and a half on this one. I think that's a smooth, good one. I think that's a good one to take. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I think that's a good one. And with Drake May, he's just hitting an open guy, but Hunter Henry is his top target and 45 and a half. I could live with that, dog. I think they're gonna go over their passing yards for sure. I think so this game. It's in New England. Drake May, that crowd is amazing up there at New England. It's gonna be crazy. Wow, man, that's a good game. I think that's some bread right there. And I'll get it. We'll see what's up with it. But I think that's a good one to take though. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good one, folks. I do think that's a good one. Moving on to the next game, real quick. Trying to get through it. First time doing this, and it's a lot that I got going on. Working this screen, working that screen. So the Texans is taking on the Jaguars. Jaguars at home. We know this is a division rivalry game. And look, I don't even know who's going to play quarterback for the Jaguars today. I think let me look on it to make sure that I got this right. Make sure look on FanDuel and make sure that I got this right real quick because I don't even know who's playing quarterback. And I don't even think they do for real. Okay, Trevor Lawrence will be playing today, and they got him for 210. I think I'm going with that. CJ Stroud going for the 262 yards. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I probably won't mess with that today because he's been a little on and off. I think he's in a somewhat of a sophomore slump a little bit. Even though he does have Nico Collins and um, Tank Dell both on the field for him right now. I think them adding Stephon Diggs did something, but that's a whole nother thing. We're straight talking about picks and prop bets right now. But Trevor Lawrence is back. I'm going to go with the Texans to win this game. I think that they have to win this game. The pressure that's been on them lately and them dropping a couple of close ones. I think the Texans are a good football team. I really do. And I know that they're away and this is a rivalry game, but I do think I believe in that team, man, and what they got. Joe Mixon has been going off for them and covering for CJ Stroud a lot. Now I'll go over to the receiving props real quick and see what they got cracking with that so far. Tank Dell, 51 and a half. I think I want to rock with that. Joe Mixon has been a part of that passing game over there too, 21 and a half yards. I think he'll bust one of those open. I think that's one that you can probably get a couple bucks off of. For the let me see for the Jaguars, Brian Thomas 63 and a half and Evan Ingram. Trevor Etienne getting 13 and a half. I think that's a safe one to take. Parker Washington 24 and a half. I don't know. That's up to you and your choice. I probably wouldn't mess with it, but hey, there's been times where I've been right and I've been wrong on this, but I probably wouldn't mess with that one. All right, but look, the rushing yards. Now, see, this is where it get tricky with the Jaguars, right? Because you don't be knowing who's going to run the ball. Like if it's Tank Bigsby 37 and a half or Trevor Etienne 34 and a half, if Travis Etienne go ahead and go off this game, Bigsby's not going to get in the game, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not like they trying to, it's like who's ever hot for one of those guys. They go with the hot hand at running back. And I think that's a smart thing. But for you, if you're trying to pick which one of them is going to get over the yards, you kind of got to roll the dice with it. And that's what it is, really. You know what I'm saying? But 34 and a half, I don't think that you could pass up on that. I really don't think so. 37 and a half for Tank Bigsby. I think those are really low numbers. And if he can't hit that, then I guess you got to kind of live with that. But that's real low for Travis Etienne. And he has been stepping up and doing well. Joe Mixon, I think Joe Mixon is going to hit that. And that's what I even looking at what they got going on defensively for the rushing yards. Well, we could take a look at that and see what they got going on and with rushing defense. And we looking for the Jaguars, correct? See what no the Texans. The Texans is they've at almost at the top of the list. So yeah, so that's why I said I'll go with that with Travis Etienne. And then also the Jaguars, their run defense is definitely up there. So yeah, those two running backs, I think that's safe to take for those two running backs. Yeah, the Jaguars is almost at the top of the list, giving up almost 1,500 yards rushing already on this season. So I think that's a good pick, y'all. To be honest, I think that's a good safe one to take right there. Keep it moving real quick. You said drop the link. Okay. Yep, there you go. Yeah, but I think that's a safe one to take though, man. You know what I'm saying? I would rock with it. And I'm gonna keep it moving on the next pick. Let me get the next one rolling up here. All right. Get the next pick going real quick. Let me see what I got going. Rock with me, rock with me. All right, the Seahawks are going to the Jets. The Jets have been playing horrible, man. And to be honest, look, to be honest, that's a couple of yards for Aaron Rodgers to get right. I think they got Aaron Rodgers. I don't know the over or under for Aaron Rodgers today was. I think it was the other day. See, I do mine's early because the prices the yards go up. See, I think I got Aaron Rodgers when it was like 210 yards and a half too, and I took that. But 219 for Aaron Rodgers, that's not a lot. But the offensive line has been horrendous, and Seahawks definitely got a decent pass rush. The Jets have been horrendous passing wise. They have not been hitting their numbers. Even look, Garrett Wilson, 58.5 for Garrett Wilson, 60.5 for Devontae Adams. You think that's a for sure hit, but they haven't really been doing much. They've been getting held to like 30 receiving yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's crazy, but it's the truth. It's the truth out there, right? So, but Jackson Smith Najigba, 55.5. I think I'm rocking with that one. DK 56.5. I'm rocking with that one for sure. If I'm out there, like I said, I re-roll the dice with them. I would straight go with the Seahawks in this one for sure. And what they are, the rushing yards for as far as the Seahawks go. We take a look at the defenses real quick. All right, he got the link up. Bishop up in here with me. What up, Bishop?
Big salute, man.
What's up?
Good to be back in the fam.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Long time no hear from, man.
Man, hey, I see you cooking. I
Yeah,
like I,
trying
li- I
to.
like the gumbo you putting together. Go on and keep rolling.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but I wouldn't really rock with that, you know what I'm saying, with
Mhm.
that whole thing with those. But we can take a look and see what's going on with the rushing yards and who's giving up what. All right.
Okay.
So we're looking at the Seahawks and the Jets. That's who we're looking for right now. So the Seahawks are almost giving up. They're out almost at the top of the list, almost 1,435 yards. They're giving up
Mhm.
almost 5 yards per carry. The Jets
Mhm.
are giving up 4 yards per carry. So yeah, those running backs, you want to be taking a look at that. I think that's easy. I think that might be some easy bread for some people out there. If you want to take that, but them passing yards I would take too. So yeah, so I would go both running backs. I wouldn't mess with Aaron Rodgers, but I definitely because he just I don't know. You just don't know with that Jets team. But like I said, DK and Smith and Jigba getting those yards for sure. And
Yeah,
then Geno Smith. Geno Smith going for 233 over. I think I'll rock with that. I would rock with that against the Jets.
yeah.
Definitely would. All right. So the next game, next pick. Oh yeah, I didn't even pick the team who I thought was gonna win this game. I'm going with the Seahawks, man. Y'all could tell I'm going with the Seahawks in that one. I think that they'll beat the Jets at home.
Yeah, they're the
Jets
more
have a
complete
horrible
team.
season. They probably trying to tank. I think so. I think so.
Oh,
What's that? What's that?
Who got the Steelers?
Yeah, the Steelers and the Bengals. I'm biased. I think, but for real though, but to be honest, though, I think we gotta win one of these division games. I don't think that should drop back to back. But I did tell my Steeler fans out there, if we did drop back to back games, they're gonna start talking about how much of they were just talking about us. What 2 weeks ago we were Super Bowl contenders. We lose a game to the Browns. Now we're questionable and everything else, right? But that's a division game. So records don't matter. Same thing with the Bengals, right? The Bengals
Mhm.
are trying to climb back up into some kind of contention, up into a conversation. So they're going to play us tough, and they're at home. I'm glad we got the Browns and the Bengals at home out of the way first, and then we go on a stretch of home games, right? So
Right,
I'm
right.
glad that we're doing that right now as Pittsburgh, but we need this window. Um, so and I'm biased anyway. So I don't know. I'm going to go with my Steelers. That's just hands down. I mean, I may not go with them all the time, but yeah, I'm gonna go with my Steelers today to beat the Bengals in a tough one over there in Cincinnati. They're gonna play us very tough, give us a nice physical game. We just played the Browns. So if you got any chance of beating the Steelers or the Ravens or anybody in our division, it's after a divisional matchup. And that's why I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to think about rocking with the Broncos, although the Browns will have an extra day of rest though. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with
I
the
go with
picks now.
Steelers 23-21.
You going with the Steelers 23-21?
Yeah, just because they face the format of the offense that the Bengals run. They're
Mm-hmm.
more equipped to defend it
Okay.
and make it an ugly game.
You said it's gonna be an ugly one. You said we win it by ugly. We gonna landslide on them. Thinks we gonna put it on them. Joe Burrow going for 265 yards and a half on us. Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck, y'all. I probably wouldn't rock with that one because I don't know if he'll get that. But look, I'm gonna look at some other ones. To Russell Wilson going for 222. Oh, I will go over on that. I don't know about Joe Burrow getting over those yards right there, though. I don't know. I really don't. Jamar Chase 78 and a half on our defense, and T. Higgins. So we'll take a look and see what's up with the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, right? How many passing yards we giving up, so forth and so on. So I just want to show y'all how to do this. If you're learning, if you're not, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But this is kind of
Right.
how people go through and they look at the stats and see who's giving up what, right? All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. You're doing good. Hey, that's exactly it. And actually, the Steelers have been defense has been stingy. It's more of their offense of Jekyll and Hyde with the
Uh-huh.
offense. So
The Bengals have given up 2,597 yards so far with the passing game. I think that's 19 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So yeah, I would rock with that. Our defense is definitely a lot stingier, like just like how Bishop just said to y'all, and I think that's right on point with that. So that's why I was skeptical about the 265 for Joe Burrow to get that on us. I think we're going to put a lot of pressure on Burrow. He may turn the ball over. This game has the potential to get ugly. It really does. So I wouldn't rock with that, but 222 for Russell Wilson. I think you got to rock with that. I think that's a good, easy number to hit. But as you can see with the passing and then the rushing, as far as rushing wise, I think that we give up some rushing yards, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But as far as the over unders for receivers, I don't know if T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, that number is up there, but I do think that one of them may hit it. So if you feel that way, then go ahead. George Pickens getting 72 and a half. I think that's high for him in this divisional matchup because it's a divisional matchup, right? We're familiar with these
facts.
teams, and that's a lot of passing yards. But Calvin Austin getting 25 and a half. I think I would go over on that one right there. And I would go over on Fryer Move getting 25 and a half also. I think those are
Yeah.
two safe ones from the Steelers and Bengals games. As far as rushing yards, Najee Harris getting 56 and a half. See, and that this is like us with the Jaguars, right? We kind of go with the hot hand. So if Warren come out and Warren gets 7 yards on his first carry, we're probably going to go with Warren for the next couple of series, and Najee's touches may go down. But 56 and a half for Najee in this divisional matchup, I think that's a safe bet to go for, to be honest. Same thing with Chase Brown, because we're going to establish the run. It's been getting cold up here. We got smacked with snow. It's about the snow. I'm only 5'6", so the snow's been coming up to past my stomach. For real. It's like we got smacked up here. We got smacked. We
I
got
hear you. I hear
smacked.
you. Well,
I'm,
you know
I'm in,
what?
I'm in Western PA,
Mhm.
closer to Buffalo, New York,
Mm,
but we got right on the snow belt, but we got smacked. You hear me?
wow.
Smacked. My
Yeah.
backyard is completely submerged. The snow is up to my trampoline. The kids' trampoline, the snow, like it just looks
Oh,
like
yeah. That's pretty high,
the trampoline is built in the snow, like in the ground right now. That's how much we got. Yeah, we got straight
man.
at least 4 or 5 feet of snow.
Wow. So
Yeah.
the footing is going to be treacherous. So really, the short passing game and running game is going to be very pivotal in that
Mm-hmm.
matchup.
Right. So like you heard that. So you want to rock with those rushing yards right there, and then those running backs getting those little dump yards. Jalen Warren 15 and a half. May want to rock with that. Darnell Washington 17 and a half. He gets those couple of touches. I think I would rock with that. I don't really see one for let me see if I see one for the other guy. Let me see. For Chase Brown, 27 and a half for Chase Brown. I think I would rock with that. Mike Gesicki, 25 and a half. I think that's a safe one to go with. He is their number one tight end. He is a veteran tight end, and I think that's going to come in handy this game. Tight ends, running backs, that's what you want to go with. If one of those receivers get a pass, it will be a bomb. but that's a long stretch in the bet for me. If you ask me, that's something I don't really want to rock with in that game. But I am going with the Steelers overall to beat the Bengals today. The next one we got up here is going to be the Titans taking on the Washington
Whew.
Commanders. And I think they're going back with the Redskins. I think so. I think
Yeah,
they're going back with the Redskins.
yeah.
What you think about this game a little bit, Bishop?
On this game, oof. Well, the Titans don't have they don't have their boy anymore. So Washington, they are trending up with their quarterback
Uh-huh.
and their running game,
Mm-hmm.
along with their trusting the actual foundation of their team.
Yeah.
They're actually trending up. So I give them the nod because their running game and then their intermediate passing game gives them the nod for me.
Yeah, I think so too. And that's exactly why I think look, both of these young quarterbacks Will Levis showed good last week. And
Mhm.
I think that Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix right now. Jaden Daniels is leading Bo Nix, but Bo Nix is on his heels. He's on his heels.
Facts.
One bad game from Jaden Daniels. I think Bo Nix will pass him up, and they're going back and forth right now for rookie of the year. I think the offense rookie of the year. I'll say that because they've both been playing very good in their
Yeah,
systems, right? But Jaden
yeah,
Daniels looks like CJ Stroud did last year. Let me just keep it real. He got the Washington Commanders right now. Most people didn't had them winning what
right.
7-5 games this year, and they're already at 7. So, and they're a tough team. We only beat them
Yeah,
by 1. They're a very good team. They're on defense. They're led by what's his name? Bobby Wagner. They're led by Bobby
yeah,
Wagner in the middle at middle linebacker, a veteran guy. I think that that's a very good team over there in Washington. They got some good draft picks. I think they get very good in the draft, and a lot of their draft picks are showing up. So look, in this game, the over under for passing yards, I will go over on both of these quarterbacks because they got Jaden Daniels at 220 and a half. I think he'll hit that. He has the weapons to hit that. Um, Will Levis, 201 and a half. I think that I would go with that just because it's a low number. To be honest, I would rock with that. And we got Terry McLaurin and Calvin Ridley. Terry McLaurin for 58 and a half. I think he's gonna have to step up this game. His last game, he really didn't get that many targets. So I think he's gonna be looking to get McLaurin going at 58 and a half. He is
right,
their most dangerous weapon and the number one target on that team.
right.
So I think that's safe to go ahead and rock with that 58 and a half for him. Calvin Ridley has been stepping up for the Tennessee Titans. He is their number one target right now. And he's been on and off. He hasn't been, fully. I wouldn't say he's reliable, but he's not bad neither. But the defense is giving up the most yards right now in passing games. Let's see. We'll be looking at the Titans and the Commanders, correct? I think they're a little bit
Yeah,
stingy. I think they're down on this list. I think they're one of the better passing defenses, if I'm not mistaken. And there's the Commanders. They are better than us when it comes to passing, giving up 19 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, but they are down there. And the Titans giving up the least amount of passing yards this season. Um, but I do think that Jaden Daniels is going to change that though. I think so. And our offensive line at Washington, I think they'll probably step up with that, looking at that. Then
right.
we can look over at the rushing yards for these teams and then what they're giving up on a rushing
Yeah.
wise, right?
I think the hit and rushing yards is Daniels being able to be able to run the quarterback run when need to, so that they give them another thing to think about that opens up your run and your pass.
Yeah, the Titans run defense has been outstanding. The
Right.
Commanders run defense on the other half, I think that their running defense is they're giving up almost 5 yards per carry. And you've seen that before, but Brian Robinson Jr. for 58 and a half. And I think that's so low because I'm telling y'all, that Titans defense, when they
Stingy.
played the Dolphins, now granted, it was the Dolphins, but Raheem Mostert, A-Chain, they couldn't even get 50 on them. They couldn't get 50 on them guys. And you talk about some of the fastest running backs in the NFL. So I wouldn't try to take even with Tony Pollard going 62 and a half. I think I would rock with that. But Brian Robinson, 58 and a half. He is a big guy and he does run. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I probably wouldn't rock with it because that I've seen that Titans defense clamp down and hold running backs to under 50 yards. And Vegas knows, and that's why they got him at 58 and a half. Brian Robinson. You know what I mean? Like they know, and I've seen it. So
He'll go for 70.
he'll go
He's
for
good for
70.
70. Yeah.
All right. So hey, Bishop say go over. That's what Bishop said. Now trucking. I
Well,
don't
you
give
just think about it. You want to control the game, plus you want to be balanced so that they can't key on one thing or another. So he has to have a strong game
yeah.
in order for them to win.
Okay. So you think he'll go for 70. So 58 and a half is safe for Bishop. He said he'll take that. Um,
Yeah.
all right. Well, then I guess I'm gonna jump on that too then when I get back. So who you got winning this game?
Yeesh.
I got the Commanders winning. They're at home too.
Yeah, I got them winning. I got them uh 28-23.
28-23 is your prediction. I ain't gonna give a score prediction. But
But yeah, but that's because I just see that they're up and coming. These teams are building the right way, and it's the amount of who will make the most mistakes.
okay. All right. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it now. Now this is now he ain't no regular guy. This ain't no regular guy, by the way. That's speaking. So listen up. That's all I gotta say. Listen up. Listen to the game. Because I do. Yeah, the Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings, right? The
Mm,
Vikings. The Cardinal, I thought Kyler Murray, I must say, I thought Kyler Murray was going to have a worse season than what he's having right now. And Bishop, I'm kind of surprised to see the way that he has
yeah,
been playing and stepping up. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
am. I'm not going to lie. McBride being his top target out there. Sam
but
Darnold has been playing. He has stepped up. Jordan Addison
yeah,
came into his own. He's looking like he can be a number one over there. He's definitely given JJ all the effort and well, I can't say JJ because there's two JJs over there, but I'm talking about Justin Jefferson. For those who don't know,
yeah,
Justin Jefferson has been going off, and when he hasn't been, and they've been blanketing him, Jordan Addison has been there, and Sam Darnold's been playing pretty good ball. They're at home. Um, I think this is one of them 28-35 type of games.
yeah. I was just gonna say,
I think this is one of them high scoring type NFL type of games right here. But I will roll with the Vikings at home today. That's who I'm gonna roll with.
I rode with the Vikings 10-point win.
10-point win with the Vikings.
Mhm.
I bet. And looking at some of the props real quick. Look at some of the prop bets for this one. They got Sam Darnold for 252 and a half. Going over that. He got, I mean, it's let me look. Okay, so let's look at these defenses again because I got to look at these defenses again one more time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
You what
it's
you about to say?
yeah. I think that's doable. Um, Key is, can Minnesota offset it with a strong running game? If they can
Yeah.
do that, yeah, that's real doable. But it's predicated on them establishing the run.
Okay, so passing wise, I think both. I would tell y'all both teams is safe to take some of those passing yards. I would say
Right.
that for far as passing, but far as rushing yards, the Vikings are the most stingiest run defense in the NFL. Period.
Facts.
Period.
Facts.
Period. That's like, and then the Cardinals, they let up rushing yards, right? So passing wise, I think it's safe to take both of those quarterbacks for the over. Justin Jefferson going over 81 and a half. I don't know. Jordan Addison 46.5. I'm messing with that one. I like that. I love that one. Trey McBride 58.5. I like that one. Um, I don't know if Michael Wilson's going to go for the 29.5. I don't know because but I know Trey McBride going to get that 58.5. I feel like he's going to hit that for real. And then we do Minnesota's running rushing game. What they got James Conner at? See, they got James Conner at 46.5. 46.5. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a little low. Whew.
You
It's a
gotta
good,
take that, right? Because I mean,
yeah,
you could that's something you
because
could live with. Like, okay,
I,
James
I
Conner,
see 60 to 70 easy.
but Minnesota only giving up 833 total rushing yards.
Yeah, but if you know he's going to be running 18 16 to 18 times, usually even if it's 2 to 3 yards of carry, it's gonna carry you over.
822. Yeah, man. And they only giving up 3.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, that's stingy. That's stingy.
For sure, I'm walking with Aaron Jones. But James Conner is a bruising back. I'm not going. He is a big bruising back that will run. Trying to think of a running back that they faced so far that's like him. The Lions, Sonic and Knuckles. Montgomery and Gibbs, they played the Lions and they played them tough, and that's why, because they were able to hold them running backs down and put the game into
Right.
Jericho's hands. You know what I'm saying? And that's why. So, but for sure, Aaron Jones, I think he'll hit that 66.5.
Yeah.
I like that one. James Conner, I don't 46.5. You got to live with that. If he don't hit it, then oh well. You know what I mean? Oh
Yeah,
well.
I hear
You
you.
got to live with that.
It's predicated on now when I evaluate Cardinals are a pass first run. So they want to use the run to offset their passing. So
Mm-hmm.
with that, it's just when they do run, how effective can they be? Because if they can get them off their game and run it even half decent, then that 40, that 40 something turns into 70 to 80
Right.
because their whole thing is give him 15 to 18 touches. So
Okay. All right. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. So we got it. And so the next game we got is the Panthers and the Buccaneers, right? The Panthers and the Buccaneers. We know I think I'm gonna have to roll with the older quarterback, but Bryce Young has stepped up. I think he did. I think he might have figured something out. So 205 yards and a half for him, passing wise. I think I'm gonna rock with that. Not even looking at the passing stats for the Buccaneers, because I've seen them get into those shootout type of high scoring type of games. We've seen that a couple times this season. So you can't pass on that defense. Running on that defense, we've seen that too. They do got some problems with that. We've seen a couple of different running backs going off with that. I think this game is going probably another one of them type shootout type games. Baker Mayfield 237.5 and Bryce under 205.5. I will go over on both of those. That's just me though. That's me. Mike Evans, looking at some of these receivers for the Panthers, like who is his number one target? Who's his number one target, Bishop, over there with the Panthers?
ah, mm, it's hard to because he spreads the ball around.
Right.
Because uh,
Right. I don't know neither. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's
yeah,
why they just don't know neither. That's why they got everybody they got Tommy Tremble at 20.5 over or under. They got Adam Thielen at 41.5 over or under. They got Xavier Leggett at 39.5 over or under. I would say Xavier Leggett is probably
yeah. It seems like Leggett is his deal.
all
But I
right.
know that Bryce, his blanket has always been his tight ends.
Yeah. Yeah, and is that Trimble? I don't even know. I think that's Trimble, right? Tommy Trimble for 20.5. So I think that's a safe one, and I think Leggett might be safe for 39.5.
For
Mike
me.
Evans going off for 66.5. I think that's safe. He's a beast. He's a beast. He puts in that work.
Yeah, him and
And
Baker, they just got a special bond.
yeah, and Cade Otton going for 40.5. I think that's another safe one to take, to be honest, as far as receiving. So I would rock with those ones. The games come on at 1. I'm trying to be up out of here at 12:30. Running wise, this is another one of those teams. Like if Bucky Irving don't do well, they're going to turn to Rashad White. That's why I don't really like rocking with either one of those guys. And Chuba Hubbard for 65.5 on this defense. I think that might be safe to take, but Jonathan Brooks at 11.5. See, that's what I'm saying. But Chuba Hubbard 65.5. He should be able to hit that on this Buccaneers team to give Bryce some help, and they're going to go to Chuba Hubbard to try to ease up off of Bryce Young and give him some extra help in that offensive line over there that's been struggling. They spent so much points. So 65.5, I think that's okay to take that one right there. Moving on to the next joint, we got another 4 o'clock game. The Los Angeles Rams. No. I didn't even pick, did I? I
No, you
said the
sure did.
Buccaneers. I said the Buccaneers. I was taking the
Yeah,
Buccaneers.
I same here, Bucks.
So why do I got Philly next?
Who
Why
you
do
got?
I why do I got Philly next? I don't know. Maybe I don't. I didn't see that. I don't know why I'm at.
Okay, Philly plays.
No, I don't know why I got Philly next though. But the Rams is playing the Saints at 4 o'clock, and I don't got
Right.
that up there on the board. I knew I was missing a game, but I would take the Rams. I would take the Rams in that game. Who would you take in the Rams and the Saints at the Saints though?
Mm, uh, Rams by 3.
The Rams by 3. Okay. Now they got Matthew Stafford over under 261.5. And then they got Derek Carr at 223.5 over under. I think Derek Carr might hit the 223. I think that's a good number for him. Matthew Stafford going for almost 3 on that team. I think he could do it. I think he could do it. I think that they will try to do that with
Right.
some underneath routes and so forth and so on. But that is a big number, and I'll probably be skeptical to take that big number. That's just me though. Marquez Valdez Scantlin's been playing amazing for the Saints. Like I think he's their number one target right now, to be honest. And I
Yeah.
think teams know that, but 37.5, I think is safe for the because both of these teams have been letting up some plays, but the Rams seem like they're starting to get it together. But we can still take a look at their rushing. The Rams and the Saints. The Rams is giving up almost 1,600. They gave up almost 1,600 yards this season on the ground, giving up a little over 4 yards per carry. The Saints about 5 yards per carry and about almost 1,500 yards, 1,476 yards on the ground. That's rushing wise, passing wise for both teams. Real quick, let me get a look at that for y'all, so y'all can take a look at that on the screen. The Saints is one of the worst in the NFL passing defense, right up there with the Ravens, 2,000. So, like I said, yeah, I guess I would take that. You can't have a bad passing defense with Matthew Stafford, and the same thing for them too. Though they're one of the worst too. So I think this has the makings and the stat line to say that this will be a high scoring game. But even watching them on film too, though, I would say so too. So it's up to y'all. Cooper Cup, Puka Nakua, I think is they like almost force feed him. Cooper Cup is 71.5, but he has been like a little banged up, but everybody is this point in the season in the NFL season. But for sure, I want to rock with Valdez Scantlin and Puka Nakua. I probably would take a chance on those guys in this game. Rushing wise, I think it's safe to take both of those running backs. I think both of those running backs are gonna have a good game. And maybe even for passing yards, you maybe even want to be looking at those running backs too for this game. Alvin Kamara for 38.5. And I don't think they and Kyron Williams for 12.5. So that's one little dump pass for Kyron Williams. And look, you got your over. One screen pass. And you got your over for him. So I would take that. But let's go and move on to the next game that I got up on the screen, and that's the Eagles and going to Baltimore, and I'm taking the Eagles to win this game, man. I'm taking the Eagles to win.
Oh,
Uh,
snap.
yeah, I'm taking the Eagles to win this one because I think Saquon Barkley is doing a little. He's a little bit more versatile than what Derrick Henry is in the backfield. And both teams they lean on the run. Although the Ravens will turn to Justice Hill, but I do think that the Eagles defense will find a way to keep Lamar Jackson in check today enough to win this game. Um, and they've been built to do it. That team it really is. I think I like the Eagles coming out of the NFC low key as one of the favorites to go to the Super Bowl. I ain't even gonna lie. And with Saquon Barkley's doing this season, I don't see how he ain't the front runner for the for the MVP. Look, listen to me talking Heisman, but him and Josh Allen, I think, it should be neck and neck right now for the MVP of the NFL. You want to
How's
add
their
anything?
defense? How's both defense?
How's both of their defenses?
Hmm.
All right. So this is passing wise. The Ravens is the worst passing defense in the NFL, right? They
Okay.
just are the worst. Period. There's no
Yeah.
which way around that. And then you get to looking for the Eagles. Their defense, even with those rookies, they're one of the best passing defenses in the NFL as a
Okay.
team. As a team. Now that's team stats. This ain't individual stats. That's as a
No, no,
team.
no. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
And
Yeah.
rushing wise, the Ravens are one of the most stingiest defenses, and Eagles are
Right behind them.
I don't know. Let's see
Aren't they in third for the NFL?
what defense.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens are one of the best rush defenses in the NFL, and the Eagles are about yeah, you right. Yeah, they're one of the best too. They're one of the best too. But you got two of the best running backs too. But I don't. So with that being said, when you got two running backs like that, they got Saquon and Derrick Henry both going for. They got it. Derrick Henry got to hit 85 to go over, and you got Saquon Barkley to hit 89 and a half. I don't know. I probably wouldn't mess with that, or you could go under if that's what you want to do. But I probably wouldn't hit that, like hit mess with that because I don't know. Because if they go over, then you lose. So, but Mark Andrews, 30 and a half. Isaiah Likely, 22 and a half. I like Mark Andrews for that. I like Zay Flowers for the 58 and a half.
Yeah.
He's the number one target over there. AJ Brown. I don't know. Saquon Barkley for 21 and a half. I would do that for sure because he's part of the Eagles passing attack. He is. It's just a fact. It's just we've seen it. It's not me. We've all seen it. And I think that I would go ahead and go with that one. Um, and I got two more left. We got we got San Fran going to Buffalo, and that's tonight at 8:20. I think this is another good one, but I'm going with Bills Mafia on this one. I'm going with Bills Mafia overall in this game. Who you rocking with?
Oh man. I'm going with Bills.
The Bills?
Yeah. San
All right.
Fran, this is my toss up because I know the San Fran's defense travels for road games.
Mm, okay. All right.
But
They give
I got them 24-21 Bills.
Okay. The Bills is giving up almost 5 yards per carry defense. And the 49ers is giving up 4 yards per carry. Um, about four. So I would say they're a little bit better, but let's go passing wise. Defensively, passing wise, the 49ers and the Bills are the 49ers are one of the better passing defenses in the NFL, and the Bills are right there too. So they about even. It's gonna be a good one. But I do think that you got a good system quarterback and a good quarterback on both sides. Let's see what the props is looking like for tonight's game. Josh Allen for 219 and a half. I'm taking that. And Brock Purdy for 22 to 226 and a half. I think that's safe. I would say safe on that one.
Yeah.
I honestly would. Let's see what the Russian is looking like. Let's see what the Russian is looking like right now. James Cook for 63 and a half and Christian McCaffrey for 64 and a half. I think that's where you can attack them teams at. We just seen that. That may be the area that you may hit on right there. I like that. I like both of those over. Um, let's see what James Cook, James Dalton Knox, James Cook, Ricky Parcell. Who is the number? I think Jawan Jennings has been getting a lot of touches since Debo Samuels had been out. But with Christian McCaffrey here, Debo Samuels, this is a game he has to show up in. So I think I would go over the 42 and a half tonight with Debo Samuels, and I would go over with George Kittle with 47 and a half. I don't see but Dawson Knox, I see Knox and he got 23 and a half. I think that's a good number for Dawson Knox. I think that's a good one for him. Honestly, I'm just being real. I think that's a good number for him to hit.
Right.
I would rock with that. I would rock with that, y'all. Up out there. My last one before I get on up out of here. I appreciate you coming up too, though.
You good?
What's up, Katie? What's going on, Katie? I didn't see you. I'm working both of these screens. All the screens, like I got a lot of the pick screen going on. Then I'm going back and forth between the picks and everything else. So I got a lot going on in the background to the point where I can't pay attention to that. Like I said, I'm going with the Broncos in this one because, believe it or not, when you play a division opponent and then we got a game after that outside of the division, I think it hurt it. You can almost guarantee that these teams are going to lose, right? It's tough to come off of those games, those divisional games, especially the AFC North. And they just got finished playing us in a tough game. And the Broncos are a very, very tough team. And they're improving every week. The Broncos look good. They look good. They just do. And I'm sharing the tab right now. I think this is for the defenses, and this is pass defense, and the Browns got a decent pass defense. They're decent. The Broncos are, we've seen them give up some, but they're all right. I think they're sitting in the middle of the pack, 2,649 yards total on the season. So they're like right there in the middle of the pack. With both of these teams, let's see what this props, the passing props is looking like in that game. It's a Monday night game. Tomorrow night, they got Jameis Winston for 230 and a half, and then they got Bo Nix for 220 and a half. I think Bo Nix will hit that.
Yeah, Bo.
Jameis Winston hitting that. I think 230. I think that's a good number. I don't know if I would take the chance with Jameis Winston, but I guess I would because Jerry Jeudy, he stepped up crazy in that game. But like I said, they're gonna be banged up. It's gonna be and that defense is stingy over there. So I don't know. But Cortland Sutton going for 63 and a half. I don't really like a lot of these, man. I must be honest. I don't really like a lot of these. Njoku 47 and a half and Jerry Jeudy at 59 and a half. I don't like a lot of them props. I don't like these props. Just being honest. Just being honest. I don't like them, y'all. Javonte Williams going for 35 and a half on them, and Nick Chubb going for 56 and a half on the Broncos. I don't like that one, but I like the Javonte Williams over 35 and a half, the receiving props. Sutton for the Broncos at 63 and a half. I think Devon Lee may hit that 34 and a half. Villi and Njoku at 47 and a half. I think they'll go over. Anybody else I don't really like. I really don't, and I'm not going to advise nobody out there to rock with it or to pick that particular team in that one. But moving forward, I'm gonna have to remember only these joints. I appreciate the people who did come out and rock with me today on the NFL picks. First time me doing it all year. Working in ones and twos in the background. Shout out to Bishop for coming up in here. Katie,
Salute,
stop
salute.
the chat. Shout out to my fam. All everybody's been missing. I don't know where everybody's been, but it's all good. I'm gonna keep working.
One love,
Thing.
man.
Yeah, one love to everybody up out there, y'all. Another Truckin Chubbzy production, y'all. Enjoy the games today. Peace.